Create a salad that no holiday or New Year's Eve celebration can be without. Cook 10 ounces of tortellini in salted water according to the package instructions. Dice 10 ounces of ham and transfer it to a large bowl. Add 1 cup of corn. Dice 6 pickles and 1 peeled cucumber, then add them to the bowl. Take 1 red bell pepper, remove the seeds, chop it into small pieces, and add it along with some chopped chives. Once the tortellini is cooked, drain and let it cool before adding it to the salad. Now, prepare the dressing. In a smaller bowl, mix 6 tablespoons of mayonnaise with 3 tablespoons of plain yogurt. Add 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons of honey mustard, and 2 teaspoons of whole grain mustard. Grate in 1 clove of garlic and season with salt and pepper to taste. Stir everything well, then pour the dressing over the salad and mix thoroughly. Finally, add 5 ounces of diced cheddar or another yellow cheese. Store the salad in jars for easy storage. This flavorful dish will be a hit at any holiday or New Year's Eve table. Pour hot water over the instant noodle bricks. In this recipe, you'll use them in a completely different way. Start by placing 4 instant noodle bricks into a bowl. Cover them with boiling water and let them soak under a lid until they soften. Meanwhile, take 1 chicken breast and cut it into smaller pieces, preferably cubes. Place the chicken in a glass bowl and season it with spices of your choice. Mix everything thoroughly. Heat some clarified butter in a pan, add the diced chicken, and cook until done. In a separate bowl, prepare the sauce. Mix equal parts of plain yogurt and mayonnaise. Finally, add 1 teaspoon of mustard to the sauce and stir well. Once the noodles are ready, transfer them to a large mixing bowl. You can crumble or cut them into smaller pieces to make them easier to eat. Add the cooked chicken, canned corn, diced red bell pepper, pickled cucumbers, and a bit of chopped red onion. Pour the sauce over everything and mix thoroughly, season with salt and pepper to taste. Your instant noodle salad is ready. It's the perfect dish for a party, but also great for any occasion. Enjoy it with friends. Throw this into the pot, and your cabbage won't smell while cooking. Dishes with cabbage are very popular, but the preparation process isn't always so pleasant, especially because of the accompanying smell. However, I'll show you tried and true ways to eliminate unpleasant odors during cooking. You'll get rid of this problem once and for all. Place a piece of bread on top of the cooking cabbage dish. The harder the bread, the better. It'll be easier to remove later. Just remember not to stir the cabbage with the bread. It should always stay on top. Another method, often used by home cooks, involves placing a cloth soaked in vinegar over the lid of the pot. Vinegar is a proven product that effectively neutralizes unpleasant odors. Walnuts are another ingredient that can help when cooking cabbage. Add a tablespoon of ground walnuts to the dish to reduce the emitted smell. The final proven method I'll show you involves coffee. It's no coincidence that coffee is recommended for resetting our receptors when testing perfumes. When your kitchen fills with the intense smell of cooked cabbage, reach for some coffee. Simply place a bowl of it near the pot, and the problem will be solved. You can also use these tricks when cooking other vegetables with strong odors, such as cauliflower, broccoli, or Brussels sprouts. Baba Yaga's Cottage, the iconic no-bake dessert. This beautiful and incredibly delicious cake has been popular for years. Baba Yaga's Cottage is made without special molds and with very simple, accessible ingredients: cottage cheese, butter, sugar, and cocoa. Start by placing very soft butter, exactly 200 grams, into a medium but tall bowl. Beat it with a mixer on high speed until it becomes fluffy and pale. While mixing, gradually add powdered sugar, 1 spoonful at a time, until you've added all 150 grams. Reduce the speed to medium and add the smooth, blended cottage cheese, also 1 spoonful at a time. I use a tub-style cottage cheese for this. Divide the mixture into 2 parts, making 1 portion slightly smaller. Add 2 tablespoons of cocoa, about 15 grams of dark classic cocoa powder, to the smaller portion. Mix it with a spatula until you have a uniform chocolate cream. Prepare a large sheet of aluminum foil. Lay half of the biscuit side by side in the center of the foil to form a rectangle. 3 biscuits wide and 6 biscuits long. Carefully spread the cocoa mixture over the biscuits. Work slowly as the biscuits may shift or lift. It's best to add the mixture bit by bit with a spoon and gently smooth it out to bind the biscuits together. Place the remaining biscuits on top in the same arrangement as the bottom layer. Spread the plain cottage cheese mixture evenly over the biscuits. In the center, create a strip using the reserved cocoa mixture. The easiest way to do this is by piping it out with a pastry bag. Carefully lift the foil along the sides, folding the biscuits together to form a triangular shape. Gently press the sides to secure it. Chill the cake in the refrigerator until the layers are firm. Once chilled, coat the cake with a thick layer of chocolate glaze and decorate it with colorful sprinkles. You've been using plastic containers wrong your whole life. Don't place cake inside the container like this. It could ruin it. To avoid this, place the cake piece on the flat lid of the container, then cover it with the larger part. This way, the cake stays in perfect condition without any damage. This method is especially useful for storing baked goods or desserts that need to maintain their aesthetic appearance. A festive idea for a delicious breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Start by preparing the batter. Crack 2 eggs into a bowl, add 200 grams of flour, and pour in half a cup of milk. Then add half a teaspoon of baking powder, some vanilla sugar, and a pinch of salt. Mix everything thoroughly until the batter is smooth and uniform. Set the batter aside for a moment. Move on to preparing the apples. Take a few large red apples and slice them into rings about 1.5 centimeters thick. Remove the cores from each slice to create rings. Insert a toothpick into each piece to make apple lollipops. Heat oil in a deep pot to a temperature of 160 degrees Celsius. Dip the apple slices into the prepared batter, coating them evenly on both sides. Carefully place the coated apples into the hot oil. Fry each slice individually, turning it over until golden brown on both sides. After frying, transfer the apple slices to a plate lined with paper towels to drain the excess oil. Once they've cooled slightly, dip them in melted chocolate. Finally, sprinkle them with colorful decorations to give the dessert a festive touch. Your holiday apple delight is ready to serve. Batter-fried apples literally melt in your mouth. I guarantee that if you prepare them according to this recipe, they'll taste absolutely divine. A classic dessert from the past with a lighter twist. Preparing this treat is simple and quick. For many, chocolate block is a taste of childhood. Start with a medium-sized pot. First, add 120 grams of butter. The order of the remaining ingredients doesn't matter as much. Add about 200 grams of white chocolate, broken into pieces, half a cup of sugar, and 100 milliliters of water to the pot. Heat everything until the ingredients melt together, stirring occasionally to prevent burning. Once melted, add 2 cups of powdered milk and mix thoroughly to avoid lumps. Then, add 100 grams of butter biscuits and 80 grams of dried cranberries. Heat until all the ingredients combine perfectly. Pour the chocolate mixture into a mold and smooth the surface. Place it in the fridge for at least 4 hours. Ideally, prepare the dessert the day before and chill it overnight. After that, your iconic dessert is ready. Serve it with an afternoon coffee and let the memories come flooding back. This simple dessert will delight not only you but also your family and loved ones.